at a very high standard of truth. We were doing a Q&A and a gentleman said to me, how come you never ended up a apron-wearing goat jockey? Now, for those of you who don't know what that means a mason. How come you were never invited to be a mason? And I answered the question immediately, and honestly I said, because I had an affair with a senior officer's wife and my name was put on the blacklist. And that was the response, dead silence. Did he actually just say that? Did he really just say? Yes, I did. Why? Because the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth, and there's no point in hiding it. You got it? That's the way this has to work. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I also had, 30 years of, strong liquor, hard liquor, strong tobacco, and fast women. That's life. The point is this, we're here now, and we're going to do what we're going to do, we have to do it properly. So, Q&A, tomorrow will come up, you can ask us anything you want, we'll answer to the best of our ability. Before we do that, please understand this, once again, we are getting closer every day. I keep getting asked the question, are we getting closer, are we making forward movement, and the answer is yes. Those of you who played rugby or a contact sport like that, you're in the scrum, you're in the ruck, you are pushing, and it hurts just to hold your position. And those of you who have played the sport know what I mean. But then you dig deep and you just push a bit harder, and you push a bit harder, and you're making literally inches, and you feel the other side start to fold. And that encourages you, keep going. You see the try line getting closer and closer and closer, but you've got to keep turning up. That's why what you are doing here right now is of foundational importance to the success of this movement. You keep turning up, we will win. You stop turning up, we lose. It's as simple as that. So just turn up. If anybody says to you, turning up doesn't do anything, turning up does everything. Everything. The fact that you are here, you are winning this war, you're in that ruck, your weight is pushing against them and they are failing. The try line is getting closer and closer and closer. And it's closer than you think, because once again, to continue that analogy, when the opposition loses their strength, you ever seen the whole ruck just in the scrum just fall forward? And then the bodies came off the ball over the line to see whether somebody put the touchdown or not. And they did. There's this one hand there on the ball. And you scored and you win. That's what's going to happen to us. This, when it happens, will happen so quickly. You'll probably be at home getting ready to come up for the next Saturday, and you're going to hear that statement. The Governor-General's just dissolved the Parliament. But you must keep pushing, you must keep pushing, you must keep turning up. Ignore the people that tell you to go somewhere else. If you can't get to Canberra, I get it. Do something at your parliament, state parliament. But if you can get here, do it. Next Saturday is going to be a big one, spread the word. We can win this. We can win this next Saturday. We get the numbers next Saturday. It is done. It is over. We've won. It is in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. And the people that you know and the people that they know. We can win this. Now, if we don't win next Saturday, we keep coming back until we do. We've got to hold. We've got to hold. Now, when the collapse comes, and it will, there's going to be jubilation across the country like you've never seen before. You've seen those photographs of VE Day after World War II. The relief will be ecstatic. But straight after that, there's going to be a drama. And we've got to be ready for it. Because a lot of people won't be able to handle the truth. A lot of people won't. There's going to be violence, sporadic, focused violence by those who realise that they have been lied to and they have killed their kids. There's nothing we can do about that. We don't encourage it, but it's going to happen. Be prepared. The reason I'm telling you this is so the shock of the new isn't there. You know, said, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. It's ugly, it's untidy. It will happen. We need to minimise it as best we can. Because as we know, violence isn't going to work. Now here's the problem with that. If the violence kicks up sufficiently, and they'll be going after the people that probably deserve it anyway, by some measure, what will happen is that they'll pass martial law in this country, because we don't have martial law in this country, but they'll pass the legislation and tell us it's law, and they will lock us down even harder. That's what will happen if this turns violent. But understand this, it won't be the alleged extreme right-wing organisations that are doing it. It'll be mums and dads that found out that they've just killed their kids. There are others that will commit suicide en masse because they don't want to face the reckoning. Evidence? No problem. 1945 Germany. As soon as the Reich fell, they would have mass suicides. And one famous line from one spouse to the other after, "You do all of us, promise me you'll kill yourself." That's what's going to happen. So understand this, folks, we're going to win. It's going to be the most exciting time in Australia's history, but following that, we'll be required to help heal and guide this nation from where we are to where we need to be. Does that make sense? And it's going to take every one of you, because you're here, you're awake, you know what's going on. You've processed all this depravity that they have visited upon us. But the others, you know what it's like when you first went down your first rabbit hole, then you came back up and you went down your next rabbit hole, you just got tired, and then you were disgusted, and then you wanted to give up and you knew you couldn't. So you are the ones, you here today, you'll be carrying Australia on your shoulders. And it'll be the next door neighbour, it'll be the work colleague. But you're going to have to do it. We have to do it. We have to help get Australia from where we are to where we need to be. Winning the war is one thing. Winning the peace is completely different. And for the first time in history, this group will be ones that win the war and win the peace. That's what we're doing. Okay. Tomorrow.